This just a what if. I haven't went to go see if it's a legit thing, but 10 out of 10, it might be, because Caitlin Clark is a major fan of Kobe Bryant, so she might do her own iteration of the Grinches. And if they do come out, I am going to be the first person in line. And hopefully next year at these sellout, we get the reverse Grinches. I need that red and green pair, because I already have both of the red and green pair of the Kobe Bryant Grinches. So I need.
Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the biggest stories surrounding the WNBA, and Sophie Cunningham wasn't even selected for the WNBA All-Star 3-point contest in Chicago. Despite ranking among the league's most accurate 3-point shooters, she didn't receive the league spotlight or the promotional push many expected. Yet on the very day her new Adidas shoe launched, it sold out in about an hour. At the same time, A'ja Wilson's Nike signature shoe, released with far more fanfare, was still widely available months after its debut. Two star players, two major shoe releases, and two very different outcomes. So what explains the difference? Is it marketing, fan demand, timing, or something else entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Just 60 minutes, that's all it took for Sophie Cunningham's latest Adidas release to disappear from shelves. What made it even more surprising was that she wasn't participating in WNBA All-Star Weekend in Chicago. There was no All-Star appearance, no major press conference, and no league-driven promotional event tied to the launch. The shoe quietly dropped on a Friday in July, and before many fans had even finished their lunch break, it was completely sold out. Let's take a closer look at the shoe that created so much buzz. This wasn't just another sneaker with Sophie Cunningham's name attached to it. Adidas released a special player-exclusive colorway designed specifically for her, something the company typically reserves for athletes it believes have strong fan appeal and marketing potential. The sneaker featured a vibrant pink-to-white gradient with light blue and orange accents, carrying a retail price of $120. For many basketball fans, the release stood out because Adidas has rarely given WNBA players this level of individual treatment in recent years. That made Cunningham's launch feel especially noteworthy. What made the release even more surprising was the timing. Cunningham wasn't part of the WNBA All-Star festivities in Chicago. She wasn't selected for the 3-point contest, despite ranking among the league's top 3-point shooters during the season. She had no All-Star jersey, no official appearances, and none of the extra media attention that usually comes with the event. Nike normally brands schedule signature releases around All-Star Weekend because it's when thousands of fans, reporters, and cameras are already focused on the league. The event naturally creates excitement and gives new products maximum visibility. Cunningham didn't have any of those built-in advantages. There was no league-sponsored promotion or major showcase tied to her launch. Even without that platform, her Adidas release sold out in roughly an hour. That raises an interesting question. If the league wasn't driving the attention, what was? Many observers point to the personal connection she has built with fans throughout the season, from her energetic personality to the viral moments and social media buzz that helped keep her name in the spotlight long before the shoe officially launched. Sophie Cunningham's influence has grown far beyond the basketball court, from making a high-profile appearance as an honorary ring girl at UFC 329 in Las Vegas during the Max Holloway vs. Conor McGregor main event, to speaking on major podcasts about protecting women's sports, and even appearing in the latest Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. She has steadily expanded her reach. None of these opportunities were driven by the WNBA's marketing efforts. They came from the audience she built on her own. That independent following became impossible to ignore when Adidas launched her signature shoe. Traditionally, brands coordinate sneaker releases with WNBA All-Star Weekend, relying on league coverage, packed arenas, and national attention to maximize exposure. It's a proven strategy that has worked for years. Cunningham took a completely different approach. There was no league promotion, no All-Star spotlight, and no major WNBA marketing campaign. Yet her shoe sold out in just 60 minutes. The launch demonstrated that her personal brand, not the league's promotional calendar, was the driving force behind the demand for Adidas. The message was clear. Sophie Cunningham's audience was more than enough to generate massive sales. A product released without the league's marketing support exceeded expectations faster than many heavily promoted launches. It also raised a bigger question. If that level of demand wasn't created by the WNBA's promotional machine, then how long has Cunningham's fan base been growing independently, and why did so many people underestimate its size and influence? Perhaps the most fascinating part of the story is how a single viral moment on the basketball court eventually opened doors to opportunities in sports, entertainment, and mainstream media. What started as a simple on-court gesture evolved into a personal brand powerful enough to attract major partnerships far beyond the WNBA.
Look at the baby go practicing in the new colorway. Oh my goodness, them things are nice. Look at them. Oh my goodness, you know I got to get them. Look at that. We finna go for 30 on like minute. I was saying, we about to go for 30 and probably on minute restriction. And we're gonna play tonight, but we're not gonna play tomorrow. Like I've been saying she should do. Why should it ain't even about that, man. These shoes are amazing. And look, I need every color. Every colorway, I need it, and I got to have it. So I'm
Sophie Cunningham's rise to national fame wasn't the result of a carefully planned marketing campaign. It happened almost overnight. One moment she was known as a tough WNBA player, and the next she was appearing on major podcasts, trending across social media, and earning the nickname, America's Girl. The moment that changed everything came during a heated game when Cunningham stood up for Caitlin Clark during a confrontation with Dawana Borner. Borner repeatedly told Cunningham to stop pointing at her, but Sophie refused to back down, continuing the gesture until both players were assessed technical fouls. What looked like just another emotional moment on the court quickly became the defining image of her season. Fans immediately embraced the celebration. Within days, the pointing gesture spread far beyond the WNBA. It appeared in highlight videos from other sports, was shared by major entertainment accounts, and even found its way onto high-profile social media pages completely unrelated to basketball. People who had never watched a WNBA game were recreating the gesture, turning it into one of the year's biggest sports memes. Many critics dismissed it as another viral trend that would disappear after a few days. After all, most internet moments fade almost as quickly as they arrive. But this one kept growing. Instead of fading away, Cunningham's popularity exploded. Soon she was invited to UFC 329 in Las Vegas as an honorary ring girl for the Max Holloway vs. Conor McGregor event. The opportunity wasn't even planned. While attending her first UFC event, she casually mentioned to Dana White that she'd love to walk out as a ring girl someday. Just minutes later, that casual conversation became a reality, proving that Sophie Cunningham's influence had grown well beyond the basketball court. And she actually did it. What started as a casual conversation quickly became reality. Since then, Dana White has spoken positively about Sophie Cunningham, saying they've built a genuine relationship, making it clear this wasn't just a one-time publicity stunt. It was the beginning of a connection that extended far beyond basketball. Later that night, after Max Holloway's victory, Cunningham stepped into the octagon and recreated her now famous pointing gesture alongside him in front of a global UFC audience. It was a remarkable crossover moment. Millions of fight fans who had likely never watched a WNBA game were suddenly introduced to Sophie Cunningham. UFC commentator John Onek even referred to her on the broadcast as Caitlin Clark's on-court enforcer, a nickname that instantly connected basketball to one of the world's biggest combat sports stages. That single appearance gave Cunningham exposure that most athletes can only dream of, and it came without a single dollar spent on league marketing. Instead of relying on promotional campaigns, her popularity grew organically through memorable moments and authentic personality. The momentum didn't stop there. Cunningham continued making national podcast appearances, including co-hosting Show Me Something, where she discussed topics far beyond basketball. She openly shared her views on protecting women's sports, saying she believes it's simply common sense to protect opportunities for young female athletes. Whether people agreed or disagreed, her willingness to speak openly made her more than just another player. It gave fans a reason to pay attention.